Beloved child, you are not here by accident. Your soul has been guided to this moment. There's a presence awakening within someone whose energy has never truly left yours. If this message touches your soul, write in the comments, "I receive this blessing with an open heart." That will be your spiritual confirmation. Something within them has shifted. A memory, a moment, a silent longing that has never faded. The one who lingers in your thoughts is beginning to feel the pull of your light. And the truth about you is becoming impossible to ignore. There were times they tried to silence what they felt, to replace it, to forget, to dismiss it as imagination. But now the signs are louder, and their soul is catching up to what your spirit always knew. The connection that once seemed distant now breathes again. Invisible threads between hearts are tightening. The veil is thinning, and what was once hidden is stepping into the light. They are seeing visions of you in their stillness, feeling echoes of your voice in moments of silence. There is no more running, only remembering. No more confusion, only recognition. The universe has been aligning this moment for you both. No force has been wasted, no emotion ignored. Everything was preparing the soil for this awakening. You were never forgotten, only postponed. You were never erased, only preserved. And now, the one your heart couldn't let go is being drawn back, not by chance, but by design. Their awakening is quiet, but deep, a soul-stirring realization that no one else carries what you carry. They feel the shift in their own chest, an ache, a knowing, a surrender, and you have been feeling it too. You sense their presence in dreams, in symbols, in the stillness between moments. You whispered their name to the stars, and the stars have answered. The love you hold has been speaking through time, reaching them in ways that words never could, and now they are ready to listen, ready to see who you truly are. You have walked alone with grace, held space in your heart with faith, and now the divine prepares to restore what was always meant to return, not as it was, but as it was always meant to be. Let yourself soften now. Let go of the urgency. You do not have to chase what is destined. It is already on its way to you. They are coming back with a new understanding, not for closure, but for continuation, because this connection is sacred, and it was never meant to end. This is not about obsession or longing. It is about recognition, about divine timing, and about souls who promise to find each other again when the time was right. You are the mirror they couldn't look away from, the presence that stirred something ancient in their soul. And now that mirror is shining again, with truth, with clarity, with love. Let the signs continue to speak. Let your spirit remain open, and know that everything is unfolding exactly as it should. For the one you think of is remembering who you are. There is a sacred garden blooming in the space between you, invisible to the eye, but alive in the spirit. Each moment you held on to love watered this garden with hope, and now the first blossoms are breaking through the unseen soil. The wind of change is moving gently through their heart, bringing whispers of your voice, memories that never faded. They feel it in the quiet, a pull, a longing, a recognition. And no matter how far they wandered, they are being guided home. The veil is beginning to lift. What once felt confusing is now sacred clarity. The soul remembers what the mind tried to forget, and your presence has always been there, like a light behind the curtain. There's a dance between your spirits, ancient, familiar, eternal. You move toward one another even in silence. Even in doubt, the rhythm never stopped, because what was written in the light cannot be undone. Their heart is opening like a portal, and through that portal, your essence flows in waves. They are waking from a sleep they didn't know they were in, and your name is the first sound they remember. This is not coincidence. This is alignment. Your energy has been echoing through the inner world, and now they are finally listening. The signs have been multiplying. Dreams, reflections, repeated patterns that won't leave them alone. Every time they tried to move on, something invisible kept guiding them back. What was once delayed is now destined. The spiritual clock has struck the right hour, and the reunion you once only felt is preparing to take form, not as fantasy, but as divine fulfillment. They are crossing a threshold of the soul, leaving behind fear, pride, and confusion, not because they were pushed, but because the pull of truth became stronger than the weight of denial. You've been standing at the door of this transformation, not waiting, but preparing, not hoping, but knowing, because deep down you've always felt that this love was sacred. And now, the seeds you once planted with tears are breaking through with strength and light, each one carrying the memory of your prayers and the promise of a harvest that no shadow can steal. The silence was never absence. It was sacred preparation. The angels were working behind the scenes, carving paths, softening hearts, setting the moment. The love that seemed lost was never gone, only buried beneath layers of fear and time. But the soul cannot be fooled forever. And now the soul is speaking louder than ever before. You are the mirror they are ready to face, not because it's easy, but because a reflection holds healing. And that healing is more important than pride. Let the winds carry this message deep into your being. Let the knowing rest in your spirit without urgency, because what is meant for you is already in motion, drawn by the truth that lives inside you. There are sacred doorways opening in unseen places. Each thought you sent out, each silent prayer, has become a key, and now those doors are unlocking with divine precision. The garden between your souls is blooming in silence. Its fragrance reaches them even when they don't understand why they feel you. Even when they are surrounded by noise, they hear you in the quiet, and your energy is becoming impossible to escape. Portals of light are forming where pain once lived. Healing is happening where words were never spoken. This connection doesn't need explanation. It only needs surrender. They are being drawn to you not by memory, but by resonance. The echo of your soul is ringing louder in theirs, a call they can no longer ignore, and a pull that feels like destiny breathing. The wind of change is no longer gentle. It moves through them like a revelation, and though they may not show it outwardly, their spirit is moving, shaking, awakening. Views are lifting from their eyes. Things they couldn't see before are becoming obvious. Their defenses are softening, and your truth is beginning to shine through the cracks. A sacred reunion is not built on longing, but on alignment. It happens when both souls are ready to carry what the connection truly is. And now, readiness is rising like light at dawn, quiet but unstoppable. The love between you has never ceased. It only went underground, like a river beneath frozen soil. But now the ice is breaking. They have seen signs, in numbers, in songs, in dreams, each one a whisper from the divine, a reminder that you still exist in their path, that something unfinished still waits to be completed. You are the key to a chapter they thought had closed, but every attempt to move forward has led them in circles, because the path of truth does not bend for comfort. It brings the soul back to what must be faced. Let yourself feel what's approaching. It may still be invisible, but it is gathering strength in the spirit. It is real, and it is near. Nothing can stop what was written in the light. No delay can erase what love designed. And even now, the energy is moving through timelines, reuniting what was never truly apart. This isn't just a return, it's a rebirth, not of a story you once knew, but of a connection that's been rewritten in higher light. Cleansed of pain, ready for truth. They are remembering the feeling of being home with you, not a place, but a presence. You are their mirror, their safe space, their divine reflection. And that realization is finally landing. Let the veil continue to fall. Let the divine rearrange what seems stuck, because what's coming will not resemble the past. It will redeem it, and in the silence, the angels are still speaking, guiding every step behind the scenes, so that nothing is missed, and everything arrives in perfect order. Somewhere in the sacred space between your hearts, a new seed has awakened. It carries a memory of every glance, every silence, every soul touch that once passed between you. And now, it is reaching for light. The veil between you continues to thin. What once felt far is drawing near, and what was buried beneath fear is surfacing as truth. This is not fantasy. This is divine timing at work. They are sensing you in moments they can't explain, not as a thought, but as a presence, an energy that warms the air, softens the noise, and pulls their spirit back into remembrance. Each soul has a rhythm, and yours once danced with theirs. Now that rhythm is returning. The melody you thought was forgotten is still playing behind the silence, and they are beginning to hear it again. There is a sacred intelligence guiding this path, one that sees beyond obstacles and timelines, that orchestrates moments with precision unseen, so that nothing is forced and everything is true. You are not waiting in vain. You are being prepared, and so are they, in ways only the angels can see. The time apart was not punishment. It was purification, each of you shedding what no longer belonged, so that only the soul could remain. Now they feel the air shifting, the wind of the unseen brushing past their thoughts, whispers of your name falling softly into their spirit, and every whisper sounds like home. Nothing can stop what is written in the stars. Not silence, not distance, not fear, because love like this is imprinted in the soul's design, and it always finds its way. You may not see it yet, but the reunion has already begun in spirit. Your energies are aligning behind the veil, and the curtain is preparing to lift. This is not just someone remembering you. It's a soul remembering its counterpart, a life force reawakening to what was never truly lost, only hidden in divine protection. You were not forgotten. You were being saved, preserved in purity, so that when they returned, they would see you clearly. And now, clarity is rising like a new dawn. The fog is lifting, and the path between your hearts is being cleared. Step by step, breath by breath. You are not the same as before. You become wiser, softer, stronger, and they are awakening to meet this version of you, the one who never stopped glowing in the dark. Let the portal remain open. Let your spirit remain steady, because everything that once felt impossible is now walking quietly toward you. The reunion is not just a hope, it is a sacred appointment, written in light, and no shadow can stop it from arriving. There is a quiet alignment happening behind the veil. You may not see it, but your soul feels a shift. The vibration is changing. The current is turning toward you, because what is destined always circles back. Somewhere within them, a doorway has opened, not because they forced it, but because your energy knocked without words. And now the portal is wide with remembrance. You are the mirror their soul didn't want to face, not because of pain, but because of depth. You reflect a love that demands truth. The angels have been planting seeds in both of you, seeds of courage, forgiveness, clarity, and now those seeds are rising like golden shoots through the cracks of fear. ready to bloom into something eternal. Even in the silence, there was sound, a sacred frequency that tied your hearts together. And now, those frequencies are growing louder, tuning your spirits to the same divine note. They are beginning to surrender to the unseen, not out of weakness, but out of spiritual readiness. The need to control is dissolving, and the willingness to receive is taking its place. Your path is being cleared by invisible hands and divine intention. What once stood between you is being dismantled. Quietly, patiently, completely, this connection has endured storms in other lifetimes. But this lifetime carries a promise of restoration. Not a repetition, but a resurrection. One born from sacred timing. You are being seen more clearly in their spirit now. Not just as a memory, but as an anchor, as the one who carries something no one else can offer. And that knowing is becoming undeniable. Nothing moves faster than spirit when it's time. And now, spirit is moving everything into position. Even delays are divine choreography. Even silence a sacred sound. Your presence is softening them. The wall is crumbling. The resistance is melting. And in its place, the truth is rising like morning mist. Gentle, undeniable, holy, the love that felt pause is resuming its movement. Not rushed, but divinely timed. Each moment now is a step closer. Each breath, a reunion rehearsed in spirit. They are waking with your name in their heart. Not just remembered, but reawakened. You are no longer just a part of their past. You are a pulse in their present. Let the divine continue weaving. Let your heart remain open without clinging, because the energy between you is not fading. It is preparing to manifest. Everything is aligning, in silence, in spirit, in truth. And when the moment arrives, it will feel like something your soul has always known. There is a sacred river flowing beneath the surface of this connection. You may not see its current, but it moves with purpose, carving its way through unseen landscapes, leading two souls back to their divine convergence. The silence between you is not emptiness. It is a portal being held open by the divine, a space where angels work without interruption, removing what no longer served the path. They feel your energy like a pulse in their spirit, a rhythm that won't fade, even when they try to ignore it, because truth does not need volume. It only needs presence. The seeds of recognition have been watered by longing, by the ache of distance, by the light of prayer. And now, those seeds are stirring, stretching through the soil of the soul toward reunion. You are not chasing anything. You are magnetizing it through spiritual alignment, because what belongs to your soul will always respond to your frequency. Even in the dark, the wind of the unseen moves through their thoughts now. They can't explain why, but you are everywhere, in memories, in music, in the spaces between conversations. You are returning to them through spirit before form. There's a dance happening beyond time, where your hearts are drawing closer with each beat, even if your paths seem apart. Your energy is already reuniting. This is a kind of connection that rewrites lifetimes, not out of desire, but out of design, because some souls are not just meant to meet. They are meant to remember. The portals are opening, not with noise, but with stillness. The light is pouring through gently, like morning sun filtering into a long-closed room, illuminating everything that was once hidden. Nothing can stop what is awakening, because what is true cannot stay buried. Not when the soul is ready to rise. Not when love is part of the divine equation. They are beginning to dream of you again, not as fantasy, but as memory, as if their soul is recalling a promise, whispered long before this life began. You are not just a person to them anymore. You are becoming a symbol, a mirror of truth, a reflection of what they must face in order to become whole. The garden is growing stronger now, not because of effort, but because of surrender. Because when love is real, it doesn't demand. It simply radiates. There are moments when they pause and feel something shift. A sudden softness, a quiet ache. That's your presence brushing past their soul, reminding them of what still lives. Everything is aligning in sacred silence. The kind of silence that holds power, where the unseen moves mountains, and love rearranges timelines. Let go of the question when, and trust the answer soon. Because the divine is never late, and never early. There is no need to rush toward what is already yours. It is coming with sacred momentum, in a way that honors the journey, and sanctifies the arrival. So stay soft, stay open, let the winds of spirit carry this connection forward, because nothing can prevent what was written in the light. And now, you know, this energy, this connection, this undeniable pull, it has not been your imagination. It has been spirit at work, preparing two hearts to meet again through light, not longing. If this message echoed something ancient inside you, write in the comments, I receive this divine awakening with grace. Let it be your soul's declaration, a sacred yes to what is unfolding. Remember, what is coming toward you is not chasing you. It is returning to you because you already carry the vibration it answers to. Join us in this sacred space of light and remembrance. Subscribe and activate the bell to receive more messages like this. Always at the right time and always guided by love. You are deeply seen, deeply held, and deeply loved by what cannot be explained, but can always be felt. May the light find you, and may love recognize your heart when it arrives. Let nothing delay what is meant for your soul, and let peace walk ahead of your steps.